Okay, I guess we're all set. We can start just a few seconds early. Why not? Let's do it. Let's go. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my stream. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing okay. I know that I am. Thanks for asking. So my friends, like usual, let's just hurry up and go over to the computer, check out a quick recap of what we did yesterday, and then we'll start our day from there. So yesterday, what did we do? Well, actually, we started off our day by putting some shadows to our magenta background, right? And after we did the shadowing, we put the first coat of green paint on our frame. That is basically what we did yesterday. So what are we going to do today? Well, today we're going to continue. I was going to tackle the background by putting some what I call electromagnetic waves, some circles out of gold. And then I decided that would be too intense. The gold would be too intense in circles all over the background of the canvas. So I'm going to do some little gold splatterings instead, which will look like little flowers. But before I do that, as to put them in strategic places on the background, I am first going to start off by putting my plants, the background of my plants, I'm going to do it in white first, just so that the green plants that I put on top, at least I think they'll be green, will stick out more. The colors will be more vibrant. So, that said, let me get my white paint out. I guess I can use the cap as a palette. So I'll grab my faithful little knife here, and I'll just put a bunch of white paint right there. There we go. Like usual, I'm going to clean off my knife before moving forward. There we go. Now I have to find the right paintbrush. I want one that is not too wide. Let me see here. I have several brushes I could use. Okay, so I'm going to start off, I think, maybe by using one of these two brushes. I'm going to put them both to soak because I am not exactly sure which of the two I will end up using. I actually have a third choice right here. Even a fourth choice that might even be better. So, too many choices. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for. I'm going to start off with the smaller one, at least just to mix water in with the white paint. Like that, I will get the paint to have that right consistency so it glides on the canvas the way it should. After all, this is just the background of the background. So, and on top of this white paint, there'll probably be two coats of color. So let me just blend all this in together. I've already had a pretty long day. It's 3 p.m. here in France. And I try to time these streams so it's not too early in the States, at least on the East Coast of the States, where a lot of my friends are, of course. So just try to time it right, but boy. So that gives me a long day. By the time I get into the studio at 3, I've already done quite a bit at home and outside. A little bit pooped already. And then, of course, at 3 p.m., it's probably the hottest moment of the day as well. So but that's okay. I have a fan over there in the corner behind camera number 1. I have it on medium high, and so far it's doing the trick of keeping me cool as I'm working my white paint to have this right texture. That looks pretty good there, nice and creamy. Don't want it to be too thick, no need for it to be too thick, and I don't want it to be too thin as well. So just have to find that right middle line. I think maybe I could use one more drop of water and give it just few more seconds to blend all this in. There we go. Clear my throat. All right, so this looks pretty good. Let me just clean off this brush, at least the handle part of it, so I don't feel some gooey, drippy stuff under my fingers. There we go. So, I usually start off with a plant up here so it's nice and symmetric, but I'm going to do things very differently since everything else is different in this canvas, starting with the color that I'm not used to, which is, what is it, a magenta, and then a triangle, something I never do either. So anyways, so I'm going to start off one of my plants in a way that I usually don't do either. So let's try it like this. Just going to do the outlines first. There we go. You know what? I am such in a hurry that I haven't even done what I usually do, which is to bring in camera number 1 in closer. There we go. There, much better. And I think I can even actually switch to a slightly larger brush for this, like this one right here. That looks just right. Let me get it wet, get rid of the excess water. There we go, a nice softer brush, which will cover a lot more surface. There we go. I do need a little more water in this paint. It's still a little, doesn't flow the way it should, or the way I like it to flow. So, There we go. So, boy, today I'm a little bit off today. Keep forgetting about changing the cameras. And we're going to switch over to the left-hand side of our painting and see what we can do over here. There we go. And I'm going to play some music. There we go, because I want to stay concentrated, don't want to talk too much. So we're going to listen to music that my friends Diego and Jalil played when they were here in the studio just last week when we celebrated our 200th stream. So the music is a little raw. I edited it myself, and it lasts only a little bit of a half an hour. We'll take it as it comes. So Diego on the violin and Jalil on the other instruments. So let's go back to camera. Let's tackle up here a little bit. good. So let's move on over here. The other side. Now what? Let me work get down over here. I guess I'm gonna just grab my chair. Let me grab a little bit more water. So, Get rid of this little pop-up window. There we go. Okay, I guess we can go and add one more of these plants. I do need to add more white paint though. I'm out of white. And just like before, I'm gonna work it with a paintbrush so it gets to be, so it just spreads on the canvas the way it should. So let me just go over to the computer here for 1 second. I just wanted to look at one thing right here. And I'm going to switch over to the dual cameras just for a second here. So let me just go over to these dual cameras. And then there we go. I didn't have the music set the way I wanted to earlier, so I just fixed that. And now I can come back and work on this paint to get it to be the right texture that I want. I must admit that I'm struggling today. Looks pretty good. I think maybe just one more big drop of water. That should do the trick. This looks pretty good. So, where am I at? Just need to think for a few seconds. Let me get rid of this pop-up again. There we go. So annoying when it pops up without me asking it to do so. I'm thinking. I'm taking my time here. I got to figure this out. I'm trying to do things a little differently. And obviously I cannot paint if I don't see the final product in my head. You know, so I have to think and see exactly what I'm going to paint. Otherwise I'm just going to not do what I want. Okay. Let me just switch cameras now. While these friends of mine were playing music, I obviously was stretching this canvas, and you can hear the noise of the staple gun in the background. There we go. Back a little bit. Okay, I just had to think a little bit there. I was worried I was getting ahead of myself. think I have to stop there with these plants for now and get into the splattering. I should have... I'm really not on top of things today. Doing things a little backwards. So... let me get this, find this gold paint that I'm going to be using. It's a yellow gold. Just added a little bit of water to the gold in the jar itself. I'll add some more when I put it on the palette. There we go. Now I'm just going to add more water to it in the palette itself to get it to be the right texture that I can splatter this paint on the canvas just by using my index finger. Very weird gold. It looks almost like a beige color. This also, just like the magenta, was given to me, so I'm not used to this color. Gee, this entire painting is going to be totally different than what I usually do. Hopefully it'll work out. If not, it won't. Well, that's the way it goes. I think maybe a little bit more water, just one more big shot here. To make sure everything is blended so it doesn't drip on the canvas, of course. So this looks pretty good. Let's try this. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to get the camera ready because otherwise I'll be getting paint all over the place. I'll be starting, I think, somewhere up there. I'm going to switch over to the other camera. There we go. little thick. I'm going to just stop for a second and add a little bit more water. Just a little bit more water. Okay, let's try that. Problem with splattering, you don't always have total control of what you're doing. That's okay. Of course, on top of this, there will be more leaves. Again, this is just the background, right? back up here where I'm going to try to protect the green frame from the gold. Like right about here. That. One more up in there. Just like that. We're looking pretty good. I think I'm one more. I'm going to do one more right about here. Let's zoom in that area and move the camera over. There we go. So, very good. So put back the excess gold in its little jar. And I am going to go over to my little sink over here and wash my hands. My fingers full of gold paint. There we go. So, what does all this look like now? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like much, but I think it will look very nice when it's all done, if I may say so, if I may hope so. So let me just clean off a little bit of areas of gold that splattered onto what we will paint tomorrow, just to get rid of the texture. I don't want it to dry and have to have all these bumps and whatnot. Most of all, that looks okay. I have a little bit of gold on the green right here. I don't think it's a big deal, but I'll just wipe it off right now, just like that, and like that. And the rest of the frame looks pretty good. Well, right here, maybe just a little spot. There we go. Maybe a little bit right here too. I guess I didn't see these splatterings. Okay, very good. So, we can't do anything to the background. What I can do though, before we leave here, why won't this screw on? There we go. What I can do though before we leave is put a second coat of the green paint on our frame. So if you don't mind, it's just going to take a few minutes. I'm going to do that right now. Like that, that will be, like that, all we'll have to do to the green frame is just add some shading to make it richer and give it some depth. But we'll do that on Thursday. I can't come into the studio tomorrow, so there won't be any streaming tomorrow. And so I'll be in Thursday, and we can continue this painting, probably by adding more of these white plants And then on those that we already started, we could start putting on some colors to that as well. So there we go, got the green paint already. Now, like usual, I'm going to have to work it with a little bit of water. First, I got to clean off my knife. That is a must. There we go. And where's my brush? I guess I can use this brush. This is the brush I used to put on the first coat of green. And I see absolutely no reason why I should switch. So let me just work this again to get it to be the right texture. Now, usually if I was mixing several colors, I would do it on camera number 1 so you could see exactly what I'm doing. But here, really, it's not that thrilling. All I'm doing is just adding water to the paint just to make it thinner. So, and on top of that, I'm doing it on a palette that has a green background. So green on green, not that thrilling. It'll just take a couple of seconds. So bear with me if you don't mind. And I'll just work this to get that nice texture so it glides on the canvas without any effort on my part. Just keep going around and around, squashing the paint into the water. There we go. Yeah, you don't have to be a quantum physicist to do this, I must admit. So yesterday I tried, I've been having problems with my microphone because it has a fairly long cord. And I kept, when I had the transmitter in the front, I kept yanking on that cord or putting paint on the cord. So yesterday I tried doing like the professionals on TV or on YouTube do, is have the microphone here and have the wire go around my neck, down my back, and put my transmitter on my pants. And then when I was sitting down to do the lower part of the frame, every time I get up, I would pull off the transmitter from my pants. So that didn't work out very good. So what did I do today to solve the problem? Well, unfortunately for Mr. Obama, I made a little tear right underneath my microphone right there, and I slipped the jack through there that comes down to my transmitter on my pants right over here on my pocket. And that seems to have taken care of me getting caught on the wire and not yanking out the transmitter from my pants. So that was a good, nice little victory today with all my little other problems. At least that got more or less fixed. And I think my paint is ready to go. So I am just going to go over to camera number 1 and put it in the right position. Though it will be green on green and not that exciting, but still, that is the point of the stream, is to share everything that goes on in the studio. So putting on the second coat is kind of an important part because that's what gets rid of all the brush strokes and whatnot. So and second coat just goes so much faster than the first coat. And I'll put back the music of Diego and Jalil. There we go. I'll move the camera over a little bit. There we go. the second coat makes all the difference in the world. Not only is the color more vibrant, but at the same time it really hides all the brush strokes so much better. Makes it look so much better. I do like those bright psychedelic colors, I must say. Done completely, and then we'll switch to the other side, and I'll grab my chair to do the bottom part. There we go. Very good. Forgot to move the camera, of course. I'm going faster than my shadow. Just added a little bit more water. Pull that lens back because I am going so fast here. Have to move the camera every second, so I'll just do it in one shot like this. Doesn't really need a big close-up for this part, right? Oh shit. Okay. Have a little mess right there. Let's zoom in on that. As you can see on the corner right there, a little dripping. Shouldn't drip. No big deal. Let me put my paintbrush down, grab some water, and just wipe it off. It's more important for me to get the part that's on the red than on the white, because the white is going to be painted over. So we don't really care about that. Except I don't have any clean water here. So we'll use some saliva. There we go. There we go. No one will ever know. And I can pull my chair out maybe now. Like the river to the sea. Can't you see? Go. There will be a black border between the green and the magenta. There's no reason for me to do what I'm doing, being that precise and hugging the line like that, but I can't help myself. Here we go. Just about at the end of this. I only have like a foot to do. Okay, very good, very good. I'll pull the camera back. You can have a full shot of the paintings. And I'll put the excess green paint back in the jar. There we go. Okay, so little by little, things are getting done, I guess. I guess I'll stop the music. Thank you, gentlemen. Very nice of you. So that's the painting from camera number 2. And what it looks like from camera number 1. So my friends, thank you very much for joining me today. The stream lasted, only an hour, so that's good enough. I hope you will join me on, what did we say, Thursday? Yes, tomorrow's Wednesday. I won't be in, so I hope you'll join me on Thursday. I'll be on Facebook Live rather than on YouTube. Look for the TheZenRebel and you'll find me. I'll be here at 9 a.m. on Thursday. The only little difference is that my stream will be in French rather than in English, but it's perfect for you to brush up. So anyways, my friends, I'm going to leave you like I usually do with 2 things. I'm going to leave you with my schedule and by saying, ciao mes amis.